Hey, what's going on? So Endorphins sent over the Queen of Pentacles for me to check out. Yes, this is a paid video, but they did not give me any instructions in terms of what to say or what not to say and what to avoid. So real quick, before we get into some of the sounds, the pros and cons. Some of the pros, I really love this filter. I wish this filter existed in its own simple module. Maybe it does, and I'm just naive and I don't know which one it is. There's an overall VCA volume control over the entire module and its stereo outputs. Yep, it's also stereo, which is cool. And the great thing about this is past this point here where it says boost, it actually has a nice, I'm pretty sure it's gain compensated overdrive, because you can really crank it and it will kind of bring the overall volume down so it doesn't just go out of control insane. You got the multiple outputs, multiple trigger inputs, you can load samples onto here, and you got 3 analog circuits based off of the original 909 by Roland. Of course, it might be a little different, but yeah, let's kind of jump into it and hear what we got going on. Also, check these out. How massively insane are these? I probably look so crazy right now, but I cannot hear anything else outside of these because I absolutely love these headphones. I'll probably do a video on these later on. Anyway, Pamela's new workout will be our master clock. This is just taken to listen to our kick drum. So the kick drum has these 2 controls right here. It has like a regular overdrive. Oh, also let me do this. And then this is going to be the tuning, which is also kind of its main pitch. You can hear there it's pretty low. The other thing too, with this filter, you can kind of shape things a little bit. These switches also act as a mute, so in the middle they mute the channel. To one side they are the effects, and to the other side they are not. You can see that right here. Off, effects, on, and then mute is in the middle. So we'll turn the effects off on this one. Let's go over to our snare drum. I really like the snare drum and the clap on here a lot. So you have your general noise tail. Then you have like, so the other thing too is the snare drum and the clap share the analog circuitry in some sense. So this is like a low pass and like a bit reducer. But it sounds like it's only to the noise circuit. And then here, it's kind of general tuning over the analog. I'm guessing that's a sine wave. And then going over to our clap, very similar. Clap is definitely a lot more noise. And then you got your throttle. Here's one con. Because these knobs are so packed and in true Endorphins way where they pack in so many features onto the face of the unit, you have, at least I do with my big old chubby fingers, have a tendency to hit other knobs while I'm turning this. You can see that big old knob is just changing. But this brings on another point of what the Queen of Pentacles ideally is. When I first got it and started using it, in my head, the way I wanted to approach it was I could put some samples on here and do my drum sounds and kind of treat it as this one-stop shop for all my sound sources, because it's 3 analog drum circuits plus 4 sample tracks all off of an SD card, which I'll get to in a second. But it is that, but not so much, because one thing that I wish I had was CV control over the pitch of anything. There's no CV control over the pitch of anything, and this leads me to believe that once you kind of set it and forget it, this is meant to be your drum machine, your main drum voice. Very performative, overdrive, filter, effects, crazy weird things with the rolls and stuff. So it's more of a set and forget drum voice. Like if you got a crazy good trigger sequencer and a couple things going for you, this is definitely the thing for you. But if you wanted something where you can put some samples in there and play them back and pitch them around, this might not be for you because you have no CV control over the pitch of things. That's kind of we'll go over to sample 1 now. So let's see if I can find, actually, you know what, we'll do this sample here. So when it comes to the samples, you have these banks, and you basically have 8 banks, and each bank can contain up to 4 samples at once, and that is it. You're just locked into 8 banks of 4 samples each. They need to be named a specific way, and they need to be wave, either 8-bit or 16-bit as well. They come on a micro SD card, which you need to remove all 4 screws, and then from there you have access to the SD card. I even broke my SD card reader, complete user error, but I was trying so many different things to see what I could get away with when it came to file naming, but they literally need to be named 1, 2, 3, 4 within bank 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 within bank 2. So pretty simple, but can be, just don't do what I did and just stick to the typical naming format. So with the samples, you have this button here, which controls the decay. You can see sample 1, 2, 3, and 4, or the pitch, pickup style. Go to full release, now pitch. And one thing I immediately really liked about this was the way the pitch sounds when pitched way down. It's really clean. Or if you start to overdrive it. Gets this nice gritty quality to it. If I push it all the way. Go back to clean. So that's kind of it when it comes to the controls of this thing. You of course have this beautiful filter, which again, I wish, listen to that, so clean. Doesn't self-resonate, but it peaks really hard. Low pass to the left, high pass to the right. And you even have control over the filter itself. Check this. So I have this weird pattern here. Let's say we'll switch this up. Actually, yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll go B will be our new kick drum. Or if I wanted to, I can also attenuate this. So we'll go, oh, what? Oops, wrong. Dun, 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 dun. Or if we go over to 3. Actually, you know what? Let me go look at 3 again. All right, we got a trigger. And then I think we also have the phase point on here going kind of crazy. And then I can go into modifier. And then we'll say, where's the wave? Are you going to 6? Start building these really unique rhythms. And the same could be said if we were to send this over into the VCA. This will probably start going a little haywire because of the... Oh, duh. And then of course the effects, which are really fun to use. We'll flip these over into effects mode. It's the same effects as the Milky Way, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if you get all of them, but I know if I press and hold, I can access some other things. Where's it at? There it is. This basically acts as a dry wet. All right. We are cooking. What else is there that I haven't covered before I get too carried away? You got the accents in, which will give you a little bit more movement when it comes to the samples themselves. This works really good on a lot of the analog drum sounds, and it's known as velocity over here on the sample stuff. Oh, this is actually really tight. So here, let me build up a track really quick. I'll say C will be this sound here, which I believe is my closed hat. Of course, I'm holding the two wrong cables. Okay, so if I go to here. So check this out. This is actually pretty cool. I'll take output 4, which is this really fast, basically a 16th, and run it to the clock input of this thing. This allows me to do drum rolls. Actually, we'll do this one. And then I'll take our snare from 2, which is some Euclidean weird thing. Boost it. And in case you're wondering, sample 1 and 2 do actually choke each other. What is that? Oh, we'll go into 5. And then I'll say, actually, you know what? We'll stick with 6. Do that Euclidean thing again. That's why I love this panless workout. Out of 8, we'll do. And can this reach? That's another thing too, actually. Here, let me mute these really quick. So on the kick drum, you actually have a saturator or like an overdrive on its own little thing here. So if we turn the effects down. And I'm gonna be completely honest here, the kick sounded way better yesterday than it does here. I don't think this is actually doing it justice. And I think what might have happened is you can actually change the tuning of the kick on the back end. And I think I might have knocked it while trying to figure out what I did with the SD card reader. Yeah, I think I might have knocked it because it's tuned really, really low right now. Oh, well, that'll help too, the filter, of course. But if we turn it all the way up, you can hear it still like, it's like a little flabby, but it's definitely not that. But with that being said, if you stick around to the end of the video, I am going to be playing back some sounds of the kick and some of the drum sounds individually, mainly just the analog section, if you really want to hear the range of them. And on top of that, I also got links down below if you want some more information on price and availability and whatnot. I wish I had the screwdriver here so I can actually fully jam out. wonder what I did to the kick. So I swear it sounded amazing last night. I was going off. Oh, actually, really quick, the clap also has this really cool throttle, and up at a certain point, it really resonates. You hear that? But yeah, without further ado, I mean, that's really it when it comes to this Queen of Pentacles. It's super immediate. It's really easy to use. You don't have to worry about diving too much into the manual to really fully understand this. The effects are good. They're from the Milky Way. They sound great. You got this little global filter, the little beat repeat stuff, depending on what clock you send it. You can get creative with that. Yes, I do wish that there was more CV control over the pitch or the decay of the sample tracks, or even the analog tracks, because these tiny little knobs can be a pain to get to, but that's also a plus that they're that small, because otherwise this 30 HP module can easily be 40 HP, 50 HP in some cases if they were to really expand this whole thing out. So yeah, Endorphins, thank you so much for sending it over. Thank you for hanging out and kicking it. If you want to support the channel, got some merch down here, sample packs and whatnot, but you hanging out is more than enough. And yeah, until next time, I hope to see you next week. Share the love, share the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Peace. Oh, I want to live in this.